CARICOM, and the stage is now set for the opening of the Caribbean Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency Center here on the island. Prime Minister Fendel Stewart, who will officially open the facility on October 28th, explains why Barbados had to be the choice for the new agency.
Other CARICOM countries had competed for it. Barbados is the chosen location for it because the focus in the region now, generally, but the focus in Barbados in particular, is on renewable sources of energy. So, Barbados has to be a more economically viable society.
Prime Minister Stewart, who is also CARICOM chairman, was speaking over the weekend at the annual general meeting of the Barbados Agricultural Society. There, he also called on stakeholders in agriculture, tourism and manufacturing not to give up on a memorandum of understanding signed by players in those sectors earlier this year.
Since that memorandum was signed, I know that there have been some expressions of disappointment that it has not worked as smoothly as the parties to it would have wished. But let me just warn that we should not mistake a moment in time for eternity. It's still a young memorandum. There are still kinks to be ironed out. There is still confidence to be built. But I think that the parties to that memorandum should stick to it so that in the fullness of time, all three sides get the results that they want.
Meanwhile, it appears that local farmers are getting more contracts to sell their produce. Word of this from BAS Chief Executive Officer James Paul. He says it has resulted in farmers putting more land into cultivation, growing more produce to meet demand.
The fact that BAS has been able to secure contracts to supply the school meat department with a number of commodities has provided additional market opportunities for local farmers. Further, the continuing relationship with Sandals and Massey Supercenter has been a bonus for the local farmers, who would otherwise not have a market for the produce. It is hoped that as these relationships continue, a greater variety of produce, along with greater quantities of produce, will be marketed.
Ongoing water outages in the north of the island have forced officials at the Ministry of Education to order the Sela Primary School closed yet again. Acting Chief Education Officer Karen Best has called off classes at the school until the situation is resolved. The Barbados Water Authority was reportedly able to fix 3 ruptured mains yesterday in the north, one each in Barrows and Foster's, St. Lucie, the other in Ashton Hall, St. Peter. However, there are still reports of outages in that part of the island. The BWA is actively investigating the situation to determine the root cause of the problem. The United Nations Children's Fund, or UNICEF, will step in to help the Child Care Board address the worsening situation relating to child abuse in Barbados. Social Care Minister Steve Blackett made the announcement during a service at the St. George Parish Church yesterday to mark the 25th anniversary of Barbados's ratification of the UN Convention on the Rights of a Child. The theme this year is Healing the Ravages of Child Abuse.
A special committee has been established to review internal protection procedures, including the case management information system of the Child Care Board. We have also been offered a consultant by UNICEF to work with the Child Care Board for a period of 6 months in the first instance to identify any institutional weaknesses and to subsequently strengthen them. We have also concretized our protocolary relationship with the Royal Barbados Police Force.
While not giving exact numbers, the Social Care Minister reports that child abuse figures for this year have already surpassed those for 2014. That's why he says his ministry is reviewing and updating legislation to better respond to the issue. Mr. Blackett says there are a number of questions that must now be answered.
How can one heal the ravages of child abuse, and how can we mend a broken child? While child abuse rears its ugly head in several forms, the most commonly seen is sexual abuse. It is often difficult for a survivor of child sexual abuse to talk about what happened to him or to her. Sometimes, the memory of trauma is buried in the victim's subconscious for many years. Some adult survivors think that because the abuse happened during childhood, it is too late to begin the healing process. That is not true. It is never too late to begin to heal.
Barbados' newest resort has won big at the World Travel Awards. Sandals Barbados was named the Caribbean's leading resort for 2015. The award was presented at the World Travel Awards Caribbean and North America Gala ceremony. Sandals Barbados beat out competition from other Sandals branded properties in Antigua and Jamaica and from the Atlantis in the Bahamas and Four Seasons on Nevis. The house was named Barbados' leading boutique resort, Sandpiper, Barbados' leading hotel, Coral Reef Club, Barbados' leading resort, and Royal Westmoreland, Barbados' leading spa resort. The Jamaica Tourist Board was recognized as the Caribbean's leading tourist board, Sangster International Airport, the Caribbean's leading airport, and Antigua and Barbuda claimed the title of Caribbean's leading romantic destination. Well, we'll have regional and international news after this break. Stay with us.